Welcome to a space where science meets beauty and biology unlocks the secrets to radiant, ageless skin. Here, we break down the most powerful supplements like collagen for structure, omega-3s for inflammation control, vitamin C for antioxidant defense, zinc for repair, and hyaluronic acid for deep hydration. But we don't stop at supplements alone, because true transformation happens when they are paired with the right lifestyle choices, proper sleep, hydration, balanced diet, and stress management. Each video on this channel is designed to take complex science and make it simple, practical, and actionable for you. Whether you're looking to smooth fine lines, reduce acne, boost hydration, or simply glow with confidence, this is the place where real solutions begin. If you're ready to build skin health from the inside out, you've found your home. When we talk about maintaining glowing, ageless skin, the conversation almost always begins with collagen. Collagen is not just a buzzword you see on supplement bottles or skincare ads. It is the single most abundant protein in your body, making up a large portion of your skin, tendons, and connective tissues. Think of it as the scaffolding that holds your skin in place. When this scaffolding is strong and intact, your skin looks smooth, elastic, and youthful. When it begins to weaken or break down, that's when we start to notice fine lines, sagging, and a loss of firmness. The interesting part is that collagen is not something static. Your body is constantly producing and breaking it down. However, as early as your mid-20s, the natural production of collagen starts to decline. Combine that with exposure to ultraviolet light, environmental toxins, stress, and poor diet, and you end up accelerating that decline. This is why collagen supplementation has gained so much attention. It gives your body the building blocks it needs to keep the skin's architecture strong. When we take collagen peptides, what we're actually ingesting are hydrolyzed fragments of collagen that are more easily absorbed by the digestive system. Once absorbed, they circulate in the bloodstream and signal skin cells, fibroblasts in particular, to ramp up their own collagen production. That signaling is powerful because it essentially reminds your skin that it still has the capacity to renew itself. Multiple studies have shown that consistent collagen supplementation can lead to measurable improvements in skin elasticity, thickness, and hydration, and over time, a visible reduction in fine lines and wrinkles. The changes are not overnight, but when you think about it, that makes sense. You're not applying something topically, you're literally changing the underlying structure from within. That takes time, but the effects are more sustainable. Another fascinating aspect is that collagen doesn't work in isolation. It forms a network with elastin and hyaluronic acid, two other critical components of youthful skin. Elastin gives skin its ability to bounce back, while hyaluronic acid helps it retain moisture. Collagen provides the sturdy frame, elastin supplies the flexibility, and hyaluronic acid ensures that the entire system stays hydrated and supple. By supplementing with collagen, you indirectly support these other systems as well, because fibroblasts don't just produce collagen. They also help regulate elastin and hyaluronic acid. This interconnected biology explains why people often report not just firmer skin, but also better hydration and a general glow after consistent supplementation. It's important to note that the quality of the collagen supplement matters. Marine collagen, derived from fish, has smaller peptide molecules and is often more bioavailable, while bovine collagen provides a rich mix of types I and Roman III collagen, which are highly relevant for skin structure. What's critical is consistency and dosage. Most research suggests that daily intake over a period of 8 to 12 weeks yields noticeable changes, and unlike many quick-fix skincare products, this isn't about masking imperfections, it's about reinforcing the foundation of your skin itself. There's also a psychological element here worth mentioning. When people commit to collagen supplementation, they often become more mindful of other lifestyle factors. They might start drinking more water, prioritizing sleep, or cutting down on excessive sun exposure because they've invested in their skin health. This creates a compounding effect where the supplement not only directly benefits the skin, but also indirectly motivates healthier choices, which further support collagen preservation. Sun protection, for example, is crucial because ultraviolet radiation accelerates the breakdown of collagen fibers. Smoking and high sugar intake have similar destructive effects. So, while collagen supplementation can restore and reinforce the extracellular matrix, preserving what you already have is equally essential. One of the most compelling aspects of collagen supplementation is its ability to influence not just how the skin looks, but how it functions. Skin isn't just for appearance, it's the largest organ of the body, serving as a barrier and a sensor. Stronger, healthier skin means better protection against pathogens, improved wound healing, and more efficient regulation of hydration. So, when we talk about glowing, ageless skin, it's not vanity, it's biology. You're supporting the organ that does more for your survival than you probably realize. Skeptics often ask whether taking collagen simply breaks it down into amino acids during digestion, making it no different than eating any other protein. That's a valid question. The difference lies in the signaling effect of specific peptides found in hydrolyzed collagen. These peptides act almost like messengers, alerting your skin cells that collagen breakdown is happening and triggering them to produce more. It's not just about supplying raw materials, it's about activating the cellular machinery responsible for collagen synthesis. That's why collagen supplementation produces effects that are distinct from just eating a piece of meat or another protein source. Ultimately, collagen supplementation is not a magic bullet, but it is one of the most direct ways to reinforce the skin's extracellular matrix from within. Think of it as maintaining the frame of a house. If the beams weaken, the whole structure starts to collapse, no matter how much paint you add to the outside. By strengthening the beams, your collagen fibers, you preserve not only the look of your skin, but also its fundamental integrity. The key takeaway here is that collagen supplementation is a proactive strategy. It doesn't just cover up aging signs, it addresses the root by encouraging your skin to rebuild itself. And when combined with other supportive supplements and healthy lifestyle choices, it becomes one of the most powerful tools for keeping your skin glowing and resilient over time. When we shift our focus to omega-3 fatty acids, we're really talking about one of the most powerful allies for skin health. These essential fats are called essential for a reason. Our body cannot make them on its own, so they must come from diet or supplementation. Omega-3s, particularly EPA and DHA, which are found in fish oil and algae oil, play a critical role in regulating inflammation throughout the body. And because the skin is not just a cosmetic surface, but also the body's largest organ and a frontline barrier against the outside world, it is highly sensitive to levels of systemic inflammation. When inflammation is high, the skin often shows it first, whether through redness, irritation, dryness, or acne flare-ups. By supplying the body with omega-3s, we give it the tools to downregulate inflammatory pathways, creating an internal environment that allows the skin barrier to function optimally. One of the most fascinating aspects of omega-3s is how they integrate directly into the lipid layers of cell membranes. In the skin, this translates into a stronger and more resilient barrier. A healthy barrier keeps moisture in and irritants out. Without it, water escapes more easily, leading to dryness, flakiness, and sensitivity. Many people underestimate how much skin hydration is influenced by fats, but omega-3s demonstrate this clearly. When you consume them regularly, you're not just improving hydration on the surface, you're strengthening the skin's ability to lock in that hydration at the cellular level. This is why so many individuals notice softer, more supple skin after a consistent period of omega-3 supplementation. There's also an important relationship between omega-3 fatty acids and acne. While acne is often thought of as a hormonal or bacterial issue, inflammation plays a central role in worsening breakouts. Excessive sebum production, clogged pores, and bacterial overgrowth all trigger inflammatory responses that make pimples red, swollen, and painful. Omega-3s help modulate this inflammatory cascade, calming the overactive immune responses in the skin. Some studies have shown that individuals with higher intake of omega-3s tend to have fewer and less severe acne lesions, which underscores the importance of addressing inflammation at its root. Rather than just applying creams on the surface, you're lowering the fuel that drives breakouts from within. But the benefits don't stop at acne. Omega-3s also appear to play a role in slowing down skin aging. Chronic low-grade inflammation, often called inflammaging, is one of the major drivers of wrinkles, loss of elasticity, and uneven tone. By reducing inflammatory signals, omega-3s protect collagen and elastin fibers from being broken down prematurely. They essentially help preserve the skin's architecture, keeping it firmer for longer. This is not about turning back the clock in a dramatic, instant way, but about slowing the rate at which the clock ticks. Over years and decades, that difference becomes visible in the texture, tone, and overall resilience of the skin. Another layer to this discussion is the balance between omega-3s and omega-6s. Both are essential fats, but the modern diet often tips heavily toward omega-6 fatty acids, which are found in vegetable oils and processed foods. In excess, omega-6s can drive pro-inflammatory pathways, especially when not balanced by sufficient omega-3. This imbalance creates an environment in which inflammation dominates, and the skin becomes more vulnerable to irritation, redness, and premature aging. Supplementing with omega-3s or deliberately increasing fatty fish, flax seeds, or chia seeds in the diet helps restore that balance. When balance is restored, the skin barrier stabilizes, inflammation quiets down, and overall skin appearance improves. It's also worth noting how omega-3s interact with stress and hormonal systems. Elevated cortisol, the stress hormone, can disrupt skin health by thinning the barrier and increasing oil production. Omega-3s have been shown to reduce cortisol levels and improve the body's stress response. This indirect effect is significant because many skin issues, including flare-ups of eczema, psoriasis, or acne, are triggered or worsened by stress. By supporting a more balanced stress response, omega-3s indirectly protect the skin from these flare-ups. Quality of supplementation matters here as well. Not all omega-3 sources are equal. Fish oil is the most common and provides both EPA and DHA, but algae oil offers a plant-based alternative with a high concentration of DHA. For skin health, both EPA and DHA are important, but EPA seems especially effective at calming inflammation. Dosage also plays a role. Consistent daily intake is more important than occasional large doses. The body incorporates these fatty acids into cell membranes gradually, so steady intake ensures that the skin continues to benefit. Another fascinating connection lies between omega-3s and photoprotection. Ultraviolet radiation from the sun is one of the most damaging factors for skin, breaking down collagen and triggering free radical production. Omega-3 fatty acids appear to help reduce sensitivity to UV damage, lowering inflammation and oxidative stress after sun exposure. This doesn't replace sunscreen or other protective strategies, but it acts as an additional line of defense, reinforcing the skin's resilience. When you consider all of these mechanisms together, reduction in inflammation, reinforcement of the barrier, regulation of sebum production, slowing of aging processes, balancing stress and hormones, it becomes clear why omega-3s are not just another supplement but a cornerstone for skin health. They don't just improve how skin looks on the surface, they change how skin functions at the cellular level, providing a foundation for long-term resilience and radiance. When we turn our attention to vitamin C, we enter into one of the most well-studied and impactful nutrients for skin health. Vitamin C is often thought of as the go-to vitamin for immunity, but in reality, its role in the body is far broader and deeply connected to how the skin ages and repairs itself. The reason it is so vital is that it plays a direct role in collagen synthesis. Collagen, as I mentioned earlier, is the protein scaffold that keeps the skin firm, elastic, and youthful. Without sufficient vitamin C, that process of collagen production slows down dramatically. In fact, one of the earliest signs of vitamin C deficiency is weakened connective tissue and fragile skin, because the body literally cannot stitch collagen fibers together effectively. This makes vitamin C not just helpful, but essential if the goal is to maintain skin structure and reduce the appearance of wrinkles over time. But collagen synthesis is only one part of the story. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant. Antioxidants are molecules that neutralize free radicals, those unstable particles generated by UV exposure, pollution, and even natural metabolic processes. Free radicals damage skin cells, degrade collagen, and accelerate the aging process. When the skin is bombarded with these oxidative stressors day after day, the result is premature aging. Fine lines appear sooner, pigmentation becomes uneven, and the overall texture of the skin becomes rougher. Vitamin C acts like a shield, neutralizing these free radicals before they can cause structural damage. This dual role, building collagen and defending against oxidative stress, makes vitamin C a cornerstone nutrient for skin health. There's also something fascinating about how vitamin C interacts with other molecules in the skin. For example, it regenerates vitamin E, another antioxidant that protects the lipid membranes of skin cells. This recycling effect means vitamin C doesn't just work on its own. It amplifies the protective network of antioxidants in the skin. That's important because oxidative stress is relentless. Sunlight, environmental toxins, even psychological stress all increase the load of free radicals, and no single molecule can handle that on its own. Vitamin C steps into this network and strengthens it, making the skin far more resilient. What many people don't realize is that the concentration of vitamin C in the skin is actually much higher than in most other tissues of the body. The skin actively pulls it in and stores it because it's so critical for repair and defense. However, levels decline with age and external stressors deplete it more quickly. This means that relying only on diet may not always provide enough to saturate the skin and keep it in that protective zone. That's why supplementation can be so effective. It ensures that your body has adequate levels to support both collagen synthesis and antioxidant defense continuously rather than sporadically. When thinking about skin appearance, vitamin C also plays a role in pigmentation. Melanin production, which determines skin tone, can become uneven under oxidative stress, leading to dark spots or hyperpigmentation. By calming free radical activity, vitamin C helps regulate this process, supporting a more even complexion. Over time, individuals who consistently maintain good vitamin C levels often notice not just firmer skin, but also a brighter, more radiant tone. That glow people often describe as healthy skin has a real biochemical basis, and vitamin C is one of the key contributors. It's important to address a common question: why not just rely on topical vitamin C serums? The answer is that both internal and external approaches are valuable. Topical vitamin C delivers antioxidants directly to the skin's surface where UV damage occurs, but oral supplementation ensures systemic availability, supporting collagen production from the inside out. In other words, supplementation doesn't replace topical care, and topical care doesn't replace supplementation. They complement one another, giving the skin comprehensive support at multiple levels. One of the most overlooked aspects of vitamin C is its impact on wound healing. The skin is constantly undergoing micro-injuries, small tears, environmental abrasions, sun exposure, and vitamin C accelerates the repair process. It does this not only by helping to rebuild collagen, but also by supporting immune cells that clean up damaged tissue and prevent infections. This is why, historically, when people suffered from severe vitamin C deficiency, their wounds simply would not heal. Even in more subtle, everyday contexts, maintaining optimal vitamin C levels makes a real difference in how quickly the skin recovers from irritation, breakouts, or sunburn. The quality of supplementation is worth mentioning as well. Vitamin C is water soluble, meaning the body doesn't store large amounts of it. Consistency in intake is far more important than occasional large doses. Small, regular amounts maintain stable levels in the bloodstream, which ensures the skin has a steady supply. Some newer formulations also combine vitamin C with bioflavonoids or other antioxidants to enhance absorption and effectiveness. The bottom line is not just getting enough vitamin C, but making sure it's consistently available to the cells that need it. When you look at the broader picture, vitamin C brings together two of the most essential pillars of youthful skin: the building of strong, resilient structure through collagen, and the defense against the relentless wear and tear caused by oxidative stress. Very few compounds offer both functions at this level of impact, and while it's true that no single supplement will solve every skin concern, vitamin C stands out as one that directly addresses both the cause and the effect of aging processes in the skin. Zinc is one of those minerals that often doesn't get the spotlight it deserves when it comes to skin health, yet it plays an extraordinarily powerful role in shaping the way our skin functions on a daily basis. If you think about skin as a living, dynamic organ, zinc is essentially a conductor in the orchestra. It regulates the tempo and balance of multiple processes that are essential for clarity, smoothness, and resilience. One of its most significant actions is its ability to regulate sebum production. Sebum, as you know, is the oily substance secreted by sebaceous glands, and while a certain amount is vital for keeping skin hydrated and protected, excessive sebum often becomes the breeding ground for clogged pores, blackheads, and acne flare-ups. Zinc has this fascinating capacity to recalibrate the output of sebaceous glands, creating a balance where the skin remains nourished but not congested. This is why zinc supplementation or adequate dietary intake is frequently linked with improvements in oily or acne-prone skin. But zinc's role goes far beyond oil control. At a cellular level, zinc is integral to the repair and regeneration of skin tissue. Anytime there's a cut, scratch, or even the microtears that naturally occur through everyday wear, zinc is one of the key players that rushes in to accelerate wound healing. It does this by supporting enzymes that drive cellular repair, as well as by fostering the production of proteins that rebuild damaged tissue. Think of it as the scaffolding system that ensures new skin layers form quickly and effectively. This wound healing function is one of the reasons zinc-based ointments have been used for decades in dermatology, particularly for treating diaper rash, burns, and even post-surgical healing. But when we consider it from a nutritional perspective, supplying the body with sufficient zinc ensures that this repair mechanism is always ready to perform, which translates into skin that looks smoother, more resilient, and far less prone to visible scars or long-term blemishes. Another remarkable function of zinc is its ability to act as a potent anti-inflammatory agent. Inflammation, when persistent, is one of the central drivers of premature aging, acne, and chronic skin irritation. What zinc does is modulate the immune response in the skin. Instead of allowing inflammation to spiral into redness, swelling, and tissue damage, zinc keeps the reaction measured, targeted, and efficient. This becomes particularly relevant in the context of acne, where inflammation around clogged pores leads to painful, swollen breakouts. Studies consistently show that individuals with acne often have lower levels of zinc, suggesting a direct correlation between deficiency and heightened inflammatory activity in the skin. When zinc levels are optimized, the severity and frequency of acne breakouts can decline, not because the skin is being artificially suppressed, but because the immune system is functioning in a more precise and balanced way. Zinc also plays an indirect but critical role in protecting against oxidative stress, which is a major accelerator of skin aging. While it's not an antioxidant in the classical sense like vitamin C or vitamin E, zinc contributes to the activity of antioxidant enzymes such as superoxide dismutase. These enzymes are crucial for neutralizing free radicals before they can damage collagen, elastin, and cell membranes. By enhancing this enzymatic defense system, zinc ensures that the skin maintains its structural integrity over time. This is one of those subtle but deeply impactful ways in which zinc supports the appearance of youthful, ageless skin. It doesn't just reduce visible acne or scars. It preserves the foundational architecture of the skin so that elasticity and smoothness are sustained for longer periods. One area that deserves mention is zinc's interaction with hormones, especially androgens. Hormonal fluctuations, particularly elevated androgens, are closely tied to increased sebum production and subsequent acne. Zinc has been shown to influence how these hormones interact with the sebaceous glands, effectively reducing their overstimulation of oil production. For people who experience hormonally driven breakouts, such as during adolescence, menstrual cycles, or periods of stress, adequate zinc can act as a stabilizing factor. It doesn't change hormone levels dramatically, but it changes the skin's sensitivity to them, and that small shift can make a big difference in breakouts and oil regulation. Zinc also supports skin from the inside out by strengthening the immune defenses that operate just beneath the surface. The skin isn't just a barrier against the external environment, it's also an immune organ, constantly surveilling for pathogens, irritants, or allergens. Zinc boosts the functionality of immune cells in the skin, making them more efficient at neutralizing harmful microbes that might otherwise worsen acne, cause infections, or delay healing. This antimicrobial role is part of why topical zinc preparations can also reduce bacterial activity on the skin's surface. When you put all of this together, the regulation of oil production, the enhancement of wound healing, the suppression of excessive inflammation, the antioxidant support, the hormonal balancing, and the immune reinforcement, you start to see why zinc is so vital to clear, radiant, and youthful skin. It's not just addressing one narrow aspect of skin health. It's orchestrating a wide range of processes that collectively determine how our skin looks and feels every single day. For anyone struggling with persistent acne, delayed healing, or early signs of aging, ensuring optimal zinc intake can be a game-changing step. And the beauty of it is, the effects aren't superficial or temporary. They're rooted in fundamental biology that creates lasting improvements in skin quality. Hyaluronic acid is one of those fascinating molecules that truly embodies the idea that beauty and biology are inseparable. When we talk about hydration in the context of skin, we're not just referring to the surface level, the layer you might moisturize with creams or serums. We're talking about hydration that reaches down into the cellular and extracellular spaces, hydration that maintains structure, supports repair, and dictates how youthful and radiant the skin appears. Hyaluronic acid sits right at the center of this process. It's often described as a humectant, which means it has the extraordinary ability to attract and hold onto water molecules. In fact, one single molecule of hyaluronic acid can bind up to 1,000 times its weight in water. Imagine the implications of that for the skin. It's like giving each skin cell its own reservoir of hydration, ensuring that the tissue stays plump, resilient, and elastic. Now, hydration might sound like a superficial concept, but it is deeply tied to how our skin ages and how it appears in day-to-day life. When skin is adequately hydrated at the cellular level, it looks fuller, smoother, and has that natural radiance we often describe as a glow. The fine lines that emerge from dryness or environmental stressors soften, not because anything has been artificially masked, but because the underlying structure is genuinely more supple. Conversely, when hyaluronic acid levels decline, which they do naturally as we age, the skin starts to lose that plumpness. The extracellular matrix, which is the scaffolding of the skin, becomes less efficient at holding water, leading to dryness, dullness, and the formation of deeper wrinkles over time. This is one of the key reasons why hyaluronic acid supplementation or topical application can create such a dramatic difference in how youthful the skin appears. But the role of hyaluronic acid isn't only aesthetic. On a biological level, hydration is crucial for almost every skin function. The turnover of skin cells, the repair of microdamage caused by UV light or pollution, and the communication between cells in the dermis and epidermis all depend on an environment where water is abundant and accessible. Hyaluronic acid essentially creates that environment. By holding onto water within the skin layers, it allows enzymes, growth factors, and structural proteins to function optimally. Without enough hydration, these processes slow down, which not only impacts how skin looks but also how effectively it can defend itself against stress and injury. What's also fascinating about hyaluronic acid is its dynamic nature. It's not just a static water reservoir, it actually participates in signaling processes within the skin. Low molecular weight fragments of hyaluronic acid, for example, can act almost like messengers, alerting the skin to repair itself when damage occurs. So while its primary claim to fame is hydration, it is also directly involved in the skin's resilience and repair capacity. That's part of the reason why treatments that restore or boost hyaluronic acid often lead to longer-term improvements in skin quality, not just short-term cosmetic changes. There's also a synergy between hyaluronic acid and other molecules in the skin, particularly collagen and elastin. These proteins form the structure that gives skin its firmness and elasticity. Hyaluronic acid weaves into this network, filling spaces, providing hydration, and creating the conditions for these proteins to maintain their integrity. When hydration is plentiful, collagen fibers remain more flexible and less prone to breakdown. On the other hand, in dehydrated environments, collagen becomes brittle, more easily damaged by oxidative stress, and less effective at keeping the skin smooth. This interplay underscores why hyaluronic acid supplementation is often recommended alongside collagen supporting strategies. They amplify each other's benefits and together create a foundation for youthful, healthy skin. Another critical point to understand is that hyaluronic acid production in the body naturally declines with age, and environmental factors like sun exposure, smoking, and even chronic stress can accelerate that decline. This is why skin tends to feel drier, thinner, and less vibrant as people get older. By replenishing hyaluronic acid, either through diet, targeted supplementation, or topical application, we're not adding something foreign, we're restoring what the body once produced abundantly. It's a way of resetting the skin's internal environment back to a state where hydration is no longer a limiting factor. Beyond skin, hyaluronic acid also plays essential roles in joint health and connective tissues, which highlights just how central hydration is to the body as a whole. But when we zoom back in on the skin, the effect is almost immediately visible. Skin that is well hydrated from within doesn't just appear smoother, it reflects light differently. That reflective quality is part of why people often describe hydrated skin as glowing or radiant. It's not just a perception, it's physics. The smooth, plump surface of hydrated skin scatters and reflects light in a way that creates that luminous appearance we associate with youth and vitality. The beauty of hyaluronic acid as a supplement or skincare intervention is that it doesn't try to override the body's natural systems. It works in harmony with them. It supports what your biology is already trying to do: retain water, protect tissue, and maintain resilience against aging and stress. For anyone looking to enhance their skin health in a way that's both effective and biologically aligned, hyaluronic acid stands out as one of the most impactful tools we have. When we talk about supplements for skin health, it's important to understand that they do not exist in isolation. These compounds can provide remarkable support, but their effectiveness is deeply dependent on the environment we create through daily choices. A supplement can only amplify processes that are already primed to function well. If the foundational elements of health, things like sleep, hydration, diet, and stress regulation, are out of balance, the supplement is working against the current. But when those elements are aligned, the results become exponential, and the skin responds in ways that feel transformative rather than incremental. Let's begin with sleep, because it is often underestimated in its impact on skin. During deep sleep stages, the body ramps up repair mechanisms. Growth hormone is released in greater quantities, cellular turnover accelerates, and DNA repair processes address the microdamage that accumulates throughout the day. If sleep is consistently cut short, these processes are incomplete. Collagen synthesis is impaired, inflammation lingers, and oxidative stress accumulates. Now, imagine taking collagen supplements or antioxidants without giving your body enough sleep. Those molecules may be present, but the environment in which they should be integrated is compromised. On the other hand, if you prioritize consistent, high-quality sleep, those same supplements become powerful allies in enhancing the skin's repair and regeneration. Hydration is another cornerstone. At its simplest level, skin is an organ that requires water to maintain its structure, function, and barrier properties. Drinking adequate water throughout the day creates the baseline for all skin processes to unfold efficiently. Without it, supplements like hyaluronic acid or omega-3s cannot fully express their benefits. Hyaluronic acid, for example, draws water into the extracellular matrix, but if systemic hydration is poor, there isn't enough water available for it to hold onto. Omega-3s help strengthen the skin barrier, but without hydration, the barrier remains compromised. It is a reminder that while supplementation can create opportunities for improvement, the raw material, water, has to be present in the first place. Diet ties directly into this synergy as well. Whole foods rich in micronutrients, antioxidants, and phytonutrients create the foundation for vibrant skin. Vitamins like C and E, minerals like zinc, and plant compounds like polyphenols all serve as co-factors that supplements often depend upon to do their jobs effectively. For instance, taking vitamin C as a supplement has tremendous benefits, but if the rest of the diet is dominated by processed foods high in sugar and lacking in antioxidants, the effect of that vitamin C is blunted. Glycation caused by excess sugar consumption will stiffen collagen fibers and accelerate skin aging, overwhelming the protective effects of vitamin C. Conversely, when supplements are layered onto a diet filled with fruits, vegetables, high-quality proteins, and healthy fats, the combined effect is far greater than either alone. It's the difference between building on solid ground versus unstable sand. Stress regulation may be the most underestimated factor of all. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, which breaks down collagen, thins the skin, and drives inflammation. Even the best supplement regimen cannot fully counteract the biological damage caused by prolonged stress. Practices such as mindfulness, controlled breathing, physical activity, or even brief moments of intentional relaxation recalibrate stress pathways. When stress is managed, supplements that reduce inflammation, like omega-3s or zinc, can work in harmony with the body rather than constantly fighting against a backdrop of elevated cortisol. It's a partnership, and without stress regulation, that partnership is unbalanced. Another point worth considering is that lifestyle choices determine not only how well supplements work, but also whether they are even necessary in the first place. For many people, a balanced diet, adequate hydration, restorative sleep, and effective stress management already provide a strong platform for healthy, youthful skin. Supplements then come in as targeted enhancers addressing specific needs such as collagen support, antioxidant defense, or hydration reinforcement. In that way, supplements should be viewed as precision tools rather than blanket solutions. The more aligned your lifestyle is, the more precise and effective those tools become. When all of these elements converge, sleep, hydration, diet, and stress regulation, supplements are no longer carrying the entire burden of change. Instead, they integrate into a system that is already optimized, amplifying what the body is naturally inclined to do. Skin repair becomes faster, inflammation is kept in check, collagen structures remain resilient, and hydration is sustained at every level. The visible result is skin that doesn't just look healthy on the surface, but reflects the stability and vitality of deeper biological processes. If today's insights gave you a clearer picture of how supplements and lifestyle work together for glowing, youthful skin, make sure to hit the like button, share this with someone who cares about skin health, and subscribe for more science-backed tips. Together, we'll keep unlocking the tools your body already holds for lasting radiance. Until next time, stay consistent, stay nourished, and keep glowing.